Hello and welcome back to the 8th episode of How to Fix the World in 80 Days. Depending who you ask, animals either deserve equal rights to humans or they're just food. Now I love animals and I would love to see them treated better, but the question is, how far do we go? Historically, we have not been nice to animals. Every year, we kill an estimated 100 million sharks. In eastern Canada, we literally had to put a moratorium on fishing cod because we almost fished them to extinction. And just last year, we said goodbye to the last African black rhino. Gone, never to be seen again. We have a bad habit of annihilating animal species. Even worse, if you see animals as a food source, maybe you shouldn't. I understand that if we want to feed the world, we need to use some questionable technologies, but that is not okay. Or that. That is gross. Even worse, scientists are worried about superbacteria growing in our livestock due to the 30 million pounds of antibiotics we give to our animals every year. And if you like seafood, make sure that you check your mercury chart because you might be eating poison. What? Ooh. Over time, humans have developed a weird relationship with animals. Like some animals are okay to eat, but others are not. Cows are sacred to Hindus, pigs are haram in Islam, and there is no shellfish in the Jewish culture. What about animal testing? Is it moral to hurt an animal to avoid humans getting hurt later? And if you truly love animals, do you equally care about West Nile carrying mosquitoes or stomach parasites? These are not easy questions to answer. Some people would argue that animals deserve equal rights to humans. And based purely on how many cute cats and dogs I see on Facebook, they're not alone. But to me, they're just not equal. If I was alone on a desert island and I saw an animal, insect, fish, whatever walk by me, I wouldn't hesitate a second to end its life to save mine. But would I kill another human? No, because they're more valuable to me alive. So sure, animals are cute, but they're not as cute as humans. With all that being said, just because I don't think we're equal, does that mean that I can't also love animals? Does it mean that I can't fight against the awful treatment they receive on a daily basis? I don't think it does. Respect the circle of life and it will respect you back. Long live Pride Rock. Whether it's as a food source, a sport, or a best friend, we're all better off with animals in our lives. To make sure that cycle keeps going, we need to make sure their rights are protected. Each animal has a role to play in society. There are still some areas in the world that are better accessed by camel than by car. Dogs can be trained to sniff out bombs or to help guide the blind. And my personal favorite, by far, dolphins were trained by the US military for reconnaissance missions in both the Vietnam and the Gulf Wars. That's freaking awesome. So somewhere out there is a dolphin with a higher military ranking than me. We could also eat less meat because the rate that we eat animals is totally unsustainable. Take beef. Compared to other food sources, raising a cow takes 28 times more land, 6 times more fertilizer, and 11 times more water. They also produce 14.5% of greenhouse gases. I'm not saying don't eat meat because I'm never going to be a vegetarian, but maybe turn that double cheeseburger back into a single. The truth is we don't even really need to slaughter these animals anymore. They can make burgers out of vegetable or soy that taste almost as good. And if you like wearing fur coats, there are tons of synthetic fibers that look and feel just the same. You tell me which one of these is the real fur coat. I don't even know. There are few things animals can do that science cannot replicate. In conclusion, I want to finish this episode with a dedication to a true hero of mine, the crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin. He probably did more for wildlife than anyone, loved animals more than anyone. Even he still ate meat. So even if you don't want to jump on crocodiles, we all have a role to play in this mission that he called wildlife conservation. You just need to find your place in the circle of life.